Monkeys in the bathroom. Guys, this Can't Stop by Red Hot Chili Peppers. I would like to tell you that we're going to learn this song and also that my name is Stuart. It's in standard tuning, no capo, nothing crazy. It's going to be a blast of a heck of a time, guys. The intro is so stupid and boring. I mean, it's fun to listen to. It's great. It's my favorite thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Watch this. On the second string from the top, you're just going to play 5-7, 5-7, 5-7, 5-7, 5-7. But the rhythm's a little tricky. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's like you go once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and there's a tiny little pause, and then you start again. Try it with me kind of slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5-7, 5-7, 5-7, 5-7, 5-7. 5-7, 5-7, 5-7, 5-7, 5-7. And then you do that 8 times, I believe. As it progresses, as it builds up, he starts doing a little wiggly. He starts going. But that's not especially important, guys. It's called vibrato. My name's Stuart. I said that already. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe. We're having such a good time already, and we're barely even starting. But we can't stop now. We got to get to the part you've all been waiting for. The part that goes. Here's what I'm going to say about this. It's very fun to play. Extremely fun to play. Honestly, honest to goodness, one of the top 1,000 most fun guitar parts to play on the planet. It's a little bit hard to get a knack for it, but once you get the flow down, it's going to be great. So here's the deal. If you try to pick the notes, if you try to go, you're going to have a miserable time. It's never going to sound right. We've got to get this John Frusciante thingamajig that he's got going on. So check it out. You're going to hate this first part. Put your pointer finger on the 7th fret of the 2nd string from the top. But here's what you need to do. You need to make sure the tip of your finger is muting the top string. You also can go ahead and have your thumb come up and just mute the top string. You also want your pointer finger muting the string right below it, maybe even the string below that. And hey, why not take your other fingers and lay them on the strings and mute all the other strings as well? See how my pinky's kind of right there? Basically, we want to mute every single string except for the 2nd string from the top, and then we're going to strum down up. So I'm strumming down up on all the strings, but I'm only hearing that one note. So take a look at my hand. Look at this. See my pointer finger's right there? I'm only pushing on that one string. Everything else is muted, or sort of muted. And then my other fingers kind of like plop down, and they kind of stay out of the way up on top. But you can see my pinkies kind of touching the bottom strings there, just kind of helping out, muting everything. But I'm not pushing with my pinky at all. I'm just resting it there. Just do that with me a couple times. Just go, ba-da. 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up. Hey, down, up. What? Okay, so we do that. Then, immediately after that, you're going to go down to the 7th fret on the 3rd string from the bottom with your pointer finger. But then this is the part that everyone's going to hate. You would really like your thumb to mute like the top couple strings. It's kind of important that it does. Like, I'm kind of offended that you didn't just automatically know that. It's that important. This is important to me, you guys. What else? So yeah, the tip of my finger is muting the 3rd string from the top. The pad of my finger is playing the 7th fret on the 3rd string from the bottom. The bottom 2 strings are muted, and my thumb is muting the top 2. I know this sounds very complicated. Talking through it like this makes it more complicated than it needs to be, but if this style of playing doesn't come naturally to you, it's just gonna take some complication and some micromanaging for a little while, but then as you get the swing of it, you'll realize that it's much, much simpler than you might realize. On this note, you're going to strum down. Then, using either your ring finger or your pinky, reach up to the 9th fret and strum down. Strum down. So here's what we just did. We did down, up, down, down. I'm playing every string, every strum. You don't have to hit every single string, but you're not going to play just those specific strings. Like you might just aim for a couple strings and that's fine. You could go... See, I didn't hit every single string, but it's definitely, we want to think of this as a strumming motion, not as a picking motion, okay? Let's just play those first 4 notes a couple times. We're going to go down, up, ping, pong. Hey, down, up, ping, pong. pong. Again, down, up, what's that? One more time. Ticky, boo, bow. Great. As soon as you did that, you're gonna go right back to that 7th fret with your pointer finger on the 2nd string from the top, the note we started with. And on that note, you're gonna strum down, up, down. So now we've got down, up, 7, 9, down, up, down. 2, 3, again. Down, up, 7, 9, down, up, down. Great. Then you're gonna go back to 7 on the 3rd string from the bottom, just like we did before, where you're making sure the other strings are all muted. We just can hear the 7th fret on the 3rd string from the bottom. You're gonna strum up, then using ring finger or pinky, play 9 on that 3rd string from the bottom again and strum up on that. Okay, so we just did this. How we feeling? How we feeling? Let's do it. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're just gonna go right back to that 7th fret on the 2nd string from the top, and you're gonna strum up, down, up. That's the first measure. We are a quarter of the way through the main riff, but the good news is the other parts of the riff are just kind of repeating the same idea with tiny variations. So while we have only played a quarter of it, we're actually much further than that of actually learning it. But let's play that first measure, that first quarter of the riff, slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. My chair is making too much noise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. At this point, we're gonna do almost the exact same pattern. The difference is instead of playing this 7 on the 2nd string from the top, you're gonna play the 3rd string from the top open. So that means that for that first strum, what you want to do is mute the top 2 strings with your thumb, mute the bottom 3 strings with your fingers, so that when you strum, you're only hearing that 3rd string from the top. We're gonna strum down on that once. Then you're gonna play 7 on the 3rd string from the bottom, just like we did before. You're gonna strum down. Then you're gonna reach up to 9 and strum down. So that was... So I'm going, that first strum just has the 3rd string from the top open. Then the next strum, I'm muting that string with the tip of my pointer finger when I push down on the 7th fret of the 3rd string from the bottom. Great. As soon as you strum down on that 9, you're gonna get back in position to only hear the 3rd string from the top open. So that's where you're muting the top 2 with your thumb, muting the bottom 3 with your fingers, and only leaving that 3rd string from the top to vibrate. You're gonna strum down, up, down, then get back on the 7 on the 3rd string from the bottom, strum up, back up to 9 on that same string, strum up. Then you're going to, once again, go back to the 3rd string from the top open and strum up, down, up. Whoo doggies. So that whole part was... Let's do it one more time. Slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guys, like I said, if you're not used to this style, this is hard. Maybe take a break right here and just get to have a couple days of just trying that slowly. Maybe you didn't even make it this far. Maybe you're long gone. I'm not even talking to you. But just practicing that first note, that 7th fret on the 2nd string from the top, just going... Honestly, maybe you have a couple practice sessions or whatever where that's all you're doing. Do you think I can name all the members of the Red Hot Chili Peppers? Anthony Kiedis. John Frusciante, but I know he's not in the band currently, or maybe he is. I don't know. And then the drummer's name is Chad Smith. Is that his name? I don't know. I think that's it. And then the bass player's name is Flea, but I have zero idea what his real name is. I know mostly he's a movie star from Back to the Future Part 2. We're halfway through the main riff. This next part's going to be your least favorite part. Hate to break it to you. After we finish up the part with the open D string, we're going to once again do the exact same kind of strumming picking pattern thing, but instead of playing 7th fret on the 2nd string from the top, instead of playing 3rd string from the top open, we're going to play 7th fret on the top string. Well, that doesn't sound too bad. Yeah, except you need to use your thumb to do it. So your thumb is going to come up over the top, hold down the 7th fret on the top string, and then this is where it gets really bad. You actually want your thumb to mute the 2nd string from the top while it's pushing on the 7th fret of the top string. Your fingers are going to mute the rest of the strings. You're going to strum that right there. Then you're going to once again get your pointer finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string from the bottom, strum down. Then ring finger or pinky goes to 9. Then back up to that thumb note, you're going to strum down, up, down. So that was. Then you're going to strum up on the 7 again, and then up on the 9 again. And then on that thumb note, you're going to strum up, down, up. So we're doing the same strumming for each of these sections. We're even doing the same notes down here on the 3rd string from the bottom. The only thing that's changing is what that first note is that we play. So if I play it from the beginning, you can play along with me if you'd like, from the very beginning of the songs, or of the riff so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this next part, I just can't even stomach what John Frusciante does, so I do it a little differently. What he does is he moves his thumb up to the 8th fret and does the same thing. But you heard how sloppy that was. It's so hard for me to have my thumb here and then move it over. It's such a weird, I hate it. And I hate Red Hot Chili Peppers. I hate John Frusciante. I hate Anthony Kiedis. I hate Chad Smith, if that's his name. I'm out of focus. I love them all. I just hate this thumb movement. So here's what I do. After the thumb part, the first thumb part, I just use my middle finger to play the 8th fret on the top string. And then everything else is the same. So I just go middle finger on 8 of the top string. Then I go down, down on 7 and 9 again. Then down, up, down on that 8 on the top with my middle finger. Then up, up on the 7 and the 9. And then up, down, up on that 8th fret on the top. All right, so you know what? I know that wasn't a perfect explanation, but I don't think it's getting any better than that. Let's play that whole main riff very slowly 2 times through, like very slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second time. I have to take a break. They play that part several thousand times in a row. As they approach the chorus, the last time they play the riff before the chorus, well, there's a tiny little change at the end. They do the beginning the same. This is the same. The same. But then when they go to that last part, instead of going to 8th fret on the top string, what we're going to do is we're going to go to this C major 7 chord. Play 7 on the bottom string, 8 on the 2nd from the bottom, 9 on the 3rd from the bottom, and 10 on the 3rd from the top. Mute the top 2 strings with your thumb if you can, or just be really careful not to play the top 2 strings, and you're going to go... That was like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 4 beats of strumming that. Let me show you how this fits in. We go. That was a little sloppy, but I did it, and I'm very proud of myself. And you should be proud of yourself too, just for even watching me do it. Then we get to the chorus. Chorus goes like this. It's not bar chords, but it's pretty close, guys. We go like this. We go. Whatever, I messed up. But you know what? How many Do you have any idea how much guitar playing I have to do to make these videos? I'm not gonna play it exactly right every time. So what you're gonna do is you could just play a G bar chord if you want, but that's not what Mr. Frusciante does. What he does is this right here. So got your thumb playing the 3rd fret on the top string. Your thumb is gonna do that. Then go ahead and put your ring finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string from the top, pinky on the 5th fret of the 3rd string from the top, middle finger, 4th fret, 3rd string from the bottom, pointer finger, 3rd fret on the 2nd string from the bottom. You also probably should get your pointer finger to lay flat and play the bottom string on the 3rd fret, but I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to mute the bottom string. I'm going to go like this. So I'm going down, up, and then just hitting the strings. Just down, up, and a little like karate chop on the strings. Then I'm going to a D chord. You could do this D chord, it would probably sound fine, but what he does is this one here. It's pointer finger, 5th fret on the 2nd string from the top. Ring finger plays the 7th fret on the 3rd string from the top, and the 3rd string from the bottom, and the 2nd string from the bottom. Bottom string is just muted, so we've got this now. I know, it's a pain. You can skip this part. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, you know, we've learned that main riff. That's the cool part. You could probably just get out of here now. It's fine. I'll understand. Oh, but first, like and subscribe. My name's Stuart. Hi. Let's make a comment. Can you name all the Red Hot Chili Peppers? If you can name all the Red Hot Chili Peppers, just write their names in the comments. No cheating allowed. Unless you really want to cheat, then you can cheat. All right, so let's practice just going down. 2, 3, 4. I'm doing it too fast. You can't do it. Just go home and practice on your own. Also, why aren't you home? It's getting late. It's like 12:50 p.m. It's the middle of the day. It's not late at all. And then we have to go to this guy. It's a B minor 7 chord, guys. Middle up, the thumb is on the 7th fret of the top string. Thumb is also muting 2nd string from the top. Ring finger plays 9 on the 3rd string from the bottom. Pointer finger is going to bar the 7th fret on the bottom 3 strings. Looks like this. It's an awkward chord, I know, but you can handle it. We're going to go down, up, karate chop again. Then we go to what I like to call a C major 7 chord, which we did earlier. That was the one that from the bottom goes 7, 8, 9, 10. On that chord, we're going to go like, we're going to strum it 4 times. When you put all this together, check it out. We've got... So it's like 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna just play it a few times to get the rhythm in your head, and you're gonna be a champion. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they do that 3 times, okay? 3 times. Tres, Spanish for 3. I'm surprised you didn't know that. Then the 4th time starts off regular. But then when you get to the B minor, you're gonna go like this. So that was 1 strum of the B minor 7, and then 1 strum of the C major 7, but we would like to add to the C major 7, in addition to the 7, 8, 9, 10 we already have, put your thumb on the 8th fret of the top string, mute the 2nd string from the top, and give that 1 strum. So that was like, pow, pow. So that last part of the chorus goes. Very pretty. I think now we go to the bridge. I don't really like teaching the bridge. I don't really want to do this. This is when he sings, wait a minute, I'm passing out. Win or lose, just like you. It sounds a little something like this. We have these like high John Frusciante style chords. The first one's an E minor. You go 7, 8, and 9 on the top 3 strings. You're just gonna strum up, 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 up. What I'm doing is my fingers are touching the strings but not pushing down. But then right when I strum up, I push down just for a second, or not even like a split second, and then I release the pressure so that I'm just touching the strings again. So it's like, see, I'm doing that little squeeze right as I strum up, and the rhythm's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up. Those are called offbeats. Look at how high my shoulders are. It's very impressive how high I can raise my shoulders. All right, so we do that 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to this weird D chord. It's gonna be 5 on the bottom, and then 7, 7 on the next 2. Do the same thing, but only do it 3 times. Then we go to a B minor, which is where you smash down on 7 of the bottom 3 strings. You're gonna do that 3 times. No, 4 times, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to our favorite C major 7 chord, which was the 7, 8, 9, 10 chord. Remember that one? You do that 4 times. So that whole part we just did was 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Now I think we started over. Oh, almost. We do the E minor, that first chord, we do it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then we go to a C chord, not a C major 7, but a regular C. That's where you play 8 and 8 on the bottom 2 strings with the pointer finger, and middle finger plays 9 on the 3rd string from the bottom. Okay, and then we go to that D, which is 5, 7, 7. Then to the B minor. Then we're gonna go to the C major 7. And I told you, I don't like the bridge. Let me just play the whole bridge for you once. 1, 2, here we go. E minor, D, B minor, C major 7. Back to D. Shoot and a half with a bucket. I'm in a bad mood now. I'm in a bad mood, and we're done with the bridge. We're done with the bridge. We got the gist of it. Nobody even cares about the bridge. All anybody cares about is and maybe the chorus a little bit. I'll tell you what, let's learn the solo, okay? We'll learn the solo, and then we're gonna go. So, you're gonna play 15 on the 2nd to bottom string. You're gonna play it, and you're gonna bend it. A full step bend. Then, go back to the normal position and play it again. Do a full step bend again, but this one's gonna be quicker. So it's slow, then fast, then just play 15 normal. Then play 15, 12, then 12, then 12 on the 3rd string from the top. So that was 15 with a bend, regular, 15, 12, 12, up a string. Then, at this point, we do the same thing again with one little teeny difference. We bend 15, then we go up to 17 on the same string, bend that, then go to 15 normal, then you're going to play 15, 12, 12, 12. There. Also, a terrible, horrible thing happened. I actually already recorded the tutorial for another part of the song, and then I accidentally deleted it. And then my life just fell apart. I mean, nothing else bad happened. Just that happening was enough to send me into a downward spiral. Guys, my electrolytes are all off. I need to get my electric lights back on track. Can't Stop by Red Hot Chili Peppers.